So now I've been in this freaking relationship for a while. I start trying to take more vacations, get, just recharge more. Now, obviously, I'm doing it with the person because, doing it by myself was just never an option my whole life. Doing anything by myself. I never went to the mall by myself. I don't think I even registered going someplace and like going to like the movies or like a specific place by myself because I didn't leave the house unless somebody took me out of the house. My friends called it kidnapping. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on TikTok, but that's what they called it because I always had to do all kinds of like different things to get out of the house. And being, a an adult that's supposed to be going to fucking college is too much of a fucking burden for people that are actually doing shit with their lives. So obviously, at some point, those relationships are gonna fall out because you're not doing shit. You're just basically a bum living with your parent. Little did they know, they no one ever knew how bad it got because I never told them all of that shit because I didn't want them to think anything of my mom. There was a point where I think I mentioned it in another video where I was doing laundry at night in the apartment where the laundry was three floors down, and I ended up getting locked out of the house. And I don't know if that was the same night or a different night, but like there were like a bunch of guys that had come to like talk to me, but I knew them, so it wasn't anything wrong, and they wasn't gonna do shit to me anyway. They were afraid of me. So, but I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? If I didn't know these people, this whole situation would be very fucking bad for me. Like if I like didn't know them, like I think a couple of them were actually my friends, and then a few were just like their friends. But it made me think like this could be a fucking bad situation if I didn't already like know these guys and know what their intentions were, and I was to be feared. Everyone like, and it's funny because like I never necessarily tried to create that persona. I was just assertive, you know, when it came to people outside of my family that I barely knew or something like that. And especially like around guys, I really just kind of like beefed up and was just like, just would act like them. And so, yeah, that made me think like, does she even really give a fuck? Like, I could literally go missing right now and she would not know. And after I got locked out the house that day, I didn't finish my chemistry homework. And I tried to like tell my teacher, like, oh, I got locked out the house, so that's why I didn't like get my work done, maybe like so she could give me some more time because I was cleaning. I was cleaning until late. Like I would go I don't know what the latest was that I would even go downstairs. Maybe 11, maybe 10. I have no idea. I never checked the time because, cell phones wasn't something that you kept on you 24/7. I mean, I tried to take it every time because I think I had music playing on it usually. But yeah, I tried, but it it's just fucking insane to think about how easily I could have been just taken away and she would never know. She would have never known. But she wanted to be overprotective about me going out with friends and dating and all of that shit. That's fucking insane to me. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute. So yeah, I lost where it was. But anyways, so yeah, it never occurred to me that I could go out by myself because I would always be taken out because I didn't have the money to take myself out for most of my life. I didn't even have a bank account until college. and I want to say in my 20s, like maybe 19, maybe 20. But yeah, I didn't have a bank account till then. And yeah, it was so fucking it's insane to think about now. Like, what were you doing? Like, what was your purpose? Like, what did you even think I was there for? Besides like taking care of your fucking kids, and what were you gonna do when they were all grown after I like literally stayed a slave to you? Like, what was the end result of that when everybody was out of the house? Like, what did you expect? Did you expect to like just kick me out on the street and just, eventually when nobody needed me, you were just gonna kick me out on the street, and then that was gonna be my life? Like, what was the end goal to all of that trying to stop me from doing shit and just refusing to fucking help me? So yeah, I ended up in another fucking relationship, didn't realize that I could do things by myself. But what I was doing, even with, another person, it was recharging me just enough, because honestly, I was getting to the point where at any point during the time that I want to say in high school, all the way up through adulthood, at any point, if I just laid on the floor and decided, fuck it, that's it for me, I probably could have actually transitioned to the other world. That's how depleted I was. And so I actually tried it at one point. It didn't work. But um yeah, so crappy situation. I started to like recharge during like these times where I was like trying to make an effort to like do something fun, because I hadn't gone out or done anything significant in a while, and I was just like, I want to go and do something fun. So I went to movies, like we went to a restaurant, all of that stuff, actual shit that I liked. And then on one of those recharge times, I ended up freaking with child. And so, I find out some weeks later that I am with child. And I'm like, okay, cool. This could be a good thing, because, children are always blessings, and, you know, Christianity, and that belief was still ingrained in me. But I was still a zombie during these times at the same time. So I was like forcing myself to feel optimism, to feel good, and just breathing it into myself. Just trying to just push myself just a little longer, because it can't be like this forever. It can't possibly be like this forever. But as I'm walking to work, because mind you, this pregnancy was, it's a hard thing to talk about. I've actually refused to go into detail about my experience during this pregnancy, because it was really difficult for me. I was sick all the damn time. Not that the morning sickness did not let up for me. Like, supposedly, I think you're supposed to like experience the morning sickness and like really bad in the very beginning, and then after a certain level, you're supposed to like be okay. No, I was not okay. It didn't work out like that for me, but I'll do that in the next one.